Okay, here we go. Welcome, everyone. So let's just take a moment to catch our breath. That's really for me. And settle in. So come to your nice, easy seat. There's a word that we know very well, an English word called surrender. And we often think of it as giving up. You know, I surrender. I'm done. But in yoga, it means something very different. Instead of giving up, it means letting go. It means like surrendering to change. It means letting go of what happened 10 minutes ago or yesterday. It means just letting go of all the things, surrendering to change, and let go of all the things that get in your way. And that's what I'd like us to think about today, because when we surrender, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, but vulnerability is something, a necessity. It's something we need to be courageous, to move forward. At the end of every class, you hear me say, Om Namah Shivaya, and that means I surrender to transformation. It's translated as such. And transformation brings us from one phase to the next. And we're always moving, even if it's very slowly, to the next phase. So let's keep an eye on all the good things to come. So come inside, close your eyes, and let's begin our pranayama, our breathing. Bring your attention to your breath. Begin to deepen your breath. And when you inhale, think about breathing in surrender, transformation. Breathing in, allowing your body to move forward. And when you exhale, letting go of everything that gets in the way. Just let go. Let it all go. Let the toxins go from your body, from your mind, from your heart. Let them all go. And when you breathe in, welcome the new, that new life force that fuels your heart, that regenerates every cell in your body. Return to your natural rhythm of breathing and slowly open your eyes to take in the light. Transformation from darkness to light. Bring your arms alongside your hips. Walk your left hand away, your right arm alongside your ear. Bend your left elbow to keep your shoulder away from your ear. Keep your head in line with your spine, your neck spine, your cervical spine as it connects with your thoracic spine. And reach with your fingers, reach. Feel your whole right side body stretching. Inhale to center. Bring both arms up. Send your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers, Yoga Mudra. Bring your knuckles to the mat behind you and just open your heart. A gesture of vulnerability, opening up your heart. Little baby back bend. Inhale, and on an exhale, come forward. As far as you comfortably can. It's early in class. Go easy. Go very easy. Remember always to respect your body. And inhale, unfold. Bring your hands back alongside your hips. Walk your right hand away. Left arm comes alongside left ear and stretch. Stretch. Send your fingers to the right. Feel your right body from your hips to your fingertips, your left side body, sorry. And again, keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. And bring both arms up to center. And again, let your arms come down behind you, but this time, come to rest on your wrists, your fingers pointing forward. And let yourself just rest for a slightly bigger back bend. A different back bend, more of your back is involved here than when you were standing up a little bit more. Take a deep inhale, and then on an exhale, spring off your fingers, come forward over your legs any amount. Feel this pose, this fold of introspection. Feel yourself going inside. And then slowly, very slowly, unfold. Okay. So let's work on our neck a little bit. Yeah. So send your left ear to your left shoulder and feel the stretch on your whole right side of your neck. Feel it. Is it resisting you? Is it resisting this stretch? And breathe into it. Breathe into it and let it go. Let go. Let go of the resistance. Inhale and exhale once more. Breathe into that stretch. Bring your head back to neutral. Over to the other side. Maybe you'll notice that one side is more difficult than the other. You feel a tighter stretch on one than the other. So your left side is probably resisting this. So breathe into it. Inhaling and letting it go. Twice more. Big inhale and exhale. And then come back up to a neutral position with your head. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your chin down to your left shoulder. Let it travel across your neck, up to your right shoulder. Look up to the ceiling. Send your nose all the way up. Let your chin come back down to your shoulder, across your neck, over to the other side, nose to the ceiling. We're going to do this twice more, but do it at your own pace. Go slowly. Notice anywhere there's resistance, and maybe you'll pause and breathe into it. And when you're done, come back to a neutral spine, but take your time, to a neutral head. Good. All right. Send your nose to the ceiling. Send your nose to the floor, to your mat. Inhale your nose to the ceiling. Exhale your nose to the mat. Let your shoulders drop as your chin is at your chest. Feel the stretch in your back, across your shoulders, over your shoulder blades, your trapezius muscles. And bring your head back to neutral. Right. If you need to change the crossing of your legs, if you want to shake them out, please do that. Take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, send your right hand to your left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Every time you inhale, feel your spine getting longer. Feel the crown of your head reaching upward. Feel your ribs moving north of your pelvis. Get taller. And when you empty a breath and you're completely empty and you have all that extra space in your belly, see if you can twist just a little bit more. On your next inhale, bring both arms up alongside your ears. Inhale to center. Exhale, opposite twist. Looking over your right shoulder. And here too, lengthen your spine on the inhale, and when you're empty of breath, twist just a little bit more. Even just a millimeter counts, or not at all. Inhale your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale as you come back to center. Bring your arms alongside your hips, and let's shake out our legs now. Shake them out. Rotate them. Little happy slaps with your legs. All right. And we're going to come to Dandasana. And in Dandasana, your legs are straight out in front of you. Your feet are flexed. No, toes to the ceiling, and your leg muscles are active. So they're not just hanging out, they're working. Fingers are pointing forward, your elbows reaching back behind you. And you can push into, if you're on a blanket or on the mat, push into it just a little bit to lengthen your spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale. Keep your hands at your heart. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, lengthen your legs and point your toes. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, straighten and point. Keep this going. Get our ankles and our knees waking up. And then bring your hands to your heart. Come back to Dandasana. Release your hands. You can stay seated on a blanket if that's comfortable for you. Bring your right leg into your chest, hug it, thank it for all it does for you, and open it out to the side. And remember, your sole of your foot can be anywhere along your left leg. It does not have to be all the way up at your thigh. And if you have problems with your knees, please, don't bend them so tightly. All right. Inhale your arms all the way up. Square your shoulders with the front of your mat as if you had two legs straight out in front of you. Remember that your left leg, your extended leg, is still active like it was in Dandasana, same pose. Inhale and then exhale very slowly. You're just going to come a little bit and pause. Inhale and then exhale. Maybe you'll come just a little bit more. Keep your arms alongside your ears if that's possible for you or comfortable. Inhale and then exhale and then come down the whole length, your whole range, all the way, as far as you can comfortably come. It could be all the way, it could be up here. Any amount is good. It's what your body says is okay to do right now. And it's your body, not your mind. You have to listen to your body. Look up at your left foot. Release your right hand and follow it as it comes, reaches for the sky, as it comes all the way down alongside your hip. And you can stay right here in this nice pose, or you can use your left arm to propel you up onto your right shin and stretch. Send your arm first straight up to the ceiling, your fingers reaching up, and then send your arm alongside your ear for a big, long stretch, a full side body stretch. And then let your left arm lead you back down to the mat. All right, left leg comes in. And you'll open it out to the side. You could thank that one too. Thank both your legs. And once again, put the position the sole of your left foot where it is best for your left knee. Inhale, arms up. Square your shoulders. Engage your right leg. Inhale and exhale, come forward. Make sure you're engaging your abdominal muscles here. Inhale, exhale, come a little bit farther. Inhale, exhale, come all the way down as far as you can comfortably go. Wherever you are in that forward fold, look at your foot, lift your left arm and follow it as your hand reaches up for the sky, as it goes back behind you, as it lands alongside your hip. And again, stay here. This is a perfectly beautiful spot. Or use your right arm to bring you up onto your shin. Fan your arm up and then bring it alongside your ear to stretch your whole side body from your toes to your fingers. And then let your right arm lead you back down. Excellent. Okay. Now bring the soles of your feet together when you're back seated. And bring your hands on your shins or on your knees or wherever they're comfortable. We're going to do some cats and dogs here. So you'll hold on to whatever is most comfortable for you. Inhale, exhale, send your spine curling back behind you. Inhale, come forward. Beautiful. Exhale. Inhale, send your elbows back behind you, your heart forward. Exhale, let your whole spine make the shape of the letter C. Keep going at your own pace. Slow. Slow is really, really good. You can feel every vertebra as it stacks up, as it curves, as it makes a shape for you. And then when you're in cat spine next, pause. And then come up to a neutral seat. All right, good. So we're going to do a 6-pointed star. So your legs are already in a star shape, a triangle shape. You think about your toes to your knees is one triangle. And now we're going to make the second triangle. So send your arms straight out in front of you. Bend your arms at the elbow, put one forearm over the other. You can take your elbows. Inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to come a little bit forward. So you're try to keep your elbows the same height as your shoulders. Inhale and then exhale just a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Now this time you're going to bring your forearms down as far as they can comfortably go. So it's okay if they're floating. That's fine. If you can bring them down, you'll bring them down. But wherever they land, that is the conclusion of your second triangle for a 6-pointed star. So from elbow to your hips is your other triangle. And if you look, you'll see triangles everywhere, right? Release your arms and very slowly unfold. And bring your arms down by your side. Extend your legs. All right. So let's come on to our hands and knees. We're going to start in child's pose. If you like to have a blanket underneath your knees, your legs, please place the blanket on your mat. And you can do your child's pose with your legs far apart, giving you more room in the middle to bring your spine all the way down. It's so nice and delicious. This is more restorative. Or you can bring your legs a little closer together and use your thighs as a shelf. Send your arms alongside your legs or as far back as is comfortable. So the idea here is to let your shoulders relax, let everything relax, let your head come down to the mat. Another pose of introspection and of new beginnings. Send both your arms straight out in front of you for an extended child's pose. We're going to come out of our little shell now. Look between your hands. Walk your hands over to the right, just a little bit off your mat, just a little bit off. You're going to inhale, and then you're going to exhale, bend your elbows and fold. Inhale, your arms are straight. And let your left arm, your outside arm, the arm that's closest to the mat, stretch a little bit more than your outside arm. Feel it so that it can reach, so that you can feel the stretch. And then come back onto your mat with straight arms. Inhale and then exhale, bend your elbows and fold. Inhale, straighten, look forward. Notice any change you feel when you bend your elbows. Let's do that again. Notice if you feel a change in your lower back or any part of your back when you bend your elbows and come down a little bit closer. Inhale, come back up to straight arms. Notice which position works best for you. Walk your hands just off the mat, so just on a diagonal. And again, lengthen your right arm, lengthen it. Inhale and then exhale, bend your elbows. Come down. Inhale, straighten your arms, come forward. Good. Lift your hips. Walk your hands a little bit forward. And you're going to start to lengthen your legs back behind you as you let your heart come between your arms. So long legs behind you. Your heart is forward. This is the gentle version of up dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Inhale and then exhale, send your hips not all the way back, because we're going to come forward again. Let it go near your heels. And then come through a cat spine to come forward into what feels like a dog spine when you bring your heart between your arms again. Engage your abdominal muscles so you're not sagging towards the mat. Inhale, and then exhale once more. Send your hips towards your heels. And you're going to pause halfway. You're going to turn under your toes. You're going to lift your knees. Send your hips up to the sky, coming into a downward facing dog. In down dog, you're pushing the mat away with your hands. Your heels are coming towards the mat. Your chest is coming toward your thighs. And now begin to walk your dog. So that means bend one knee, keep the other straight. Then alternate, bend the other, and feel what this does. As you bring that straight leg, the heel down to the mat, you can feel your backs of your legs opening up. So that's why we do this. So one heel on the straight leg, feel the back of your calf, your ankle, and keep that going, back and forth. And then you're going to come back to your dog. You're going to bring your right knee down on the mat underneath your hip and bring your left knee down on the mat underneath your hip. You're going to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And again, anybody with ankle, those aren't ankles, those are wrist issues, step your hand a little bit forward of your shoulders. So let's do some cats and dogs here so you can feel the difference in this position with cats and dogs than you did when you were seated. So do that at your own pace. Your spine is curved into a U shape in your dog spine, your heart coming forward, and then it arches up towards the sky in your cat, so your Halloween cat. I've heard so many teachers use that that metaphor, that analogy of the Halloween cat, because it does look like that, doesn't it? Somehow I don't think they celebrated Halloween 4,000 years ago in India, but you know, who knows? And then next time you're in a cat spine, come to a neutral spine. And slide your hands to your knees and come up to stand on your knees. We're only going to be here for a moment. I want you just to shake out your hands because we've been on our wrists for a little bit. So shake them out. All right. Okay, good. All right, come back to hands and knees. Come to the front of your mat and send your right leg back behind you on the ball of your right foot. Swivel your right foot onto the mat, the sole of your right foot on the mat. Fan open with your right arm. Maybe you'll send your shoulder over your wrist and maybe you'll lift your right leg just a little bit. You never want to go higher than your hip. Yeah. Or just a little bit is good too. And then bring it down. And we'll do that on the other side. Send your left leg back behind you. On the ball of your left foot, swivel your foot. Fan open. Send your shoulder over your wrist for maximum support. Before you make any attempt, this is a big balance, right? To lift your back leg. So again, you lift a little bit or you lift it hip high. No more than that. And then bring it all down and come to child's pose. And then make your way up to stand. So we'll all meet standing. You can take your blanket off your mat if you have one. Okay, excellent. All right, so we're going to come to Dandasana, Tadasana, sorry, we already did Dandasana, to Tadasana, mountain pose. So your feet are just slightly separated. I always like to use a fist as a good measurement of where your feet should be. Some teachers say bring your feet together. I can't do that, so I do this, right? And I think your legs too close together can affect your balance. I think you need a little bit more even underneath your hips, even stance. Your shoulders over your hips over your ankles, your feet pointing forward. Beautiful. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall comfortably by your side, just naturally. Like a mountain. Crown of your head reaching for the heavens while your feet are rooted into the earth. Inhale. Exhale, sun breath. Inhale, gather all of that energy. Exhale, bring it down to your heart. Right. Inhale once more. And exhale. Come to the front of your mat. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Release your arms. Send your right foot back, back on the mat. Try not to do what I just did. Right, and get your footing. You're coming into warrior one legs. So look down. You want to make sure that they're in their own lane, you know, like two legs of a chair. You want to make sure your knee never goes past your ankle. So walk your foot away if that's going to happen. You want to try and square your hips to the front of the mat. Great. All right, your back leg is straight and strong. Inhale your arms all the way up. Look forward, find your drishti, your focal point. And then take your drishti with you so you can look up, look up, look up between your hands. Bring your hands to a prayer. Or not, you do not have to look up. Bring your hands down to your heart, bring that prayer with you. Send your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra, interlacing your fingers, that's Yoga Mudra. Send your knuckles back, nice straight arms. You can let your arms stay along your back ribs, or you can send them out away from your hips. Inhale, and then exhale, you're going to come down halfway for a flat back. So do this gently, right? And see, you can release your hands for a moment and see that your hips are square. Let the crown of your head reach forward, your sits bones going in the opposite direction. Your knuckles can help you maintain that flat back. It's going in the same directions as your hip bones. And you can stay here or come back up, or some of you may wish, take a deep breath and then exhale. Maybe you'll come down inside your left leg, crown of your head to the mat, your knuckles going straight back or up. And then let your knuckles very slowly, very gently push into the mat with your feet. That will help give you stability. Come up, release your arms, and step forward. Okay. Everybody good? Okay. Tadasana. Bring your hands to your heart. Step back. And adjust your feet when you get there. You know, it's unlikely to have perfect stance when you first step back. So give yourself a moment to adjust your feet. Once again, knee stays behind or over ankle. Back leg is straight and strong. Your shoulders are square. Oops. Bring your arms up for warrior one. You're looking forward. Feel how stable you are, your feet firmly into the earth. And as your hands come to a prayer, you want to look up at your prayer or not. And then bring that prayer down to your heart to look forward. Send your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, Yoga Mudra. Send your knuckles to the earth or away from your hips. Inhale, and then exhale, come forward. Remember, you're bending from your hip socket. Come forward over your extended leg, over your bent knee, rather, your bent knee. Crown of your head reaching forward. Your knuckles and sits bones going back behind you. You can stay right here or on your next inhale. Come inside your leg. Let the crown of your head reach down. Let your knuckles go farther back behind you or up to the ceiling. And then push your feet into the mat. Push them in as you make your way back up. Release your arms. Step forward. All right, excellent. We're going to go slightly over 10:15 because we started a little bit late. We're going to just another few minutes, if that's okay. So we want to do another nice balance here today. So come to your mountain. Come onto the ball of your right foot. You're going to open your knee out to the side. And you can keep it right here. This is your tree. Bring your hands to your heart. And grow your branches. Trees go in all kinds of different directions. So you can make your branches everywhere you like. You can wave your leaves. And while you're doing that, maybe you want to bring your arch of your foot to your calf. Maybe not. You can stay down or up. Yogi's choice. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your leg down. All right, other side. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Turn it out to the side. Hands to your heart. Grow your tree. Bring the sole of your foot to your calf. Or leave it down by your ankle. And release it. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to come back down onto our back to do a couple of cooling poses before Shavasana. All right. Bring your knees into your chest and hug them and roll from side to side. And bring the soles of your feet onto the mat. Send your right ankle over your left thigh, top of your left thigh, just under, above your knee. Your right foot is flexed. You want to push your right knee away from you, gently. Then you're going to keep your hand on that knee and allow your elbow to bend as you bring your left knee into your chest. And now your right hand comes in the middle between your legs, around your thigh. Your left hand meets it, and you take hold of the back of your left thigh. Use your right elbow to keep your right knee away, keep your right foot flexed. Some of you may like to wrap your hands around your shin. Roll a little from side to side. Then release your left leg and let it reach for the sky. And then rotate your foot in both directions and point and flex, point and flex. Great. And then bend your left leg, bring it back down to the mat, uncross your leg, and I will walk you through on the other side. So now it is left leg, left ankle on right thigh. Keep your left foot flexed. Push your left knee away. Now reach inside with your left hand and wrap around your right hand to take the back of your thigh. Good. You can also, if you wish, wrap your hand around your shin instead. It might give you a more comfortable, but if you have trouble with your knees, I don't recommend that. But it will give you a little bit deeper bend. Roll a little bit from side to side. Come back to center. Release your right leg, send it up to the sky. And then rotate your foot. Make it go in circles in both directions and point and flex. And then come to stillness, bend your right knee, uncross your left leg. Bring your feet to the mat. And you're going to stretch one leg out at a time. And allow them to open comfortably. Bring your arms down alongside your body and rotate them so that the palms of your hands are pointing up to the sky. Your fingers curled like lotus blossoms. Let's use this moment, feeling your whole back surrendering to gravity, melting into the mat. A point of surrender. Shavasana is a point of surrender, of letting go. So just let go. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Begin to deepen your breath. Beginning to wake up your body, roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Then send your arms straight back behind you overhead and your feet away from you for a deep body stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest and hug them. And roll from side to side. Come to center and roll over into a fetal position on your left side, your moon side, exposing your sun side to prepare you for the day ahead. And slowly make your way up to sit. And when you get there, bring your hands to your heart. And perhaps through the course of this day, you'll think about this idea of surrender, of letting go of the past, letting go of obstacles, just letting go so that you can be ready and prepared for what's ahead. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you.